So some of you might be aware, I haven't been around for a few days, and I'm gonna get into that really first before I show off this deck I put together. What ended up happening recently was Friday last week, just towards the end of my shift, I had unfortunately received news where a cousin of mine from my father's side had passed away, and that's why I haven't been around for 5-ish straight days. Thankfully, my boss was also nice enough to allow me a little more extra time to grieve. I actually go back to work tomorrow on Wednesday. And before I get into the deck idea that I put together just to put something out, I'm also doing this because I want to say it's fair to assume that a good majority of you are here for Hero Coliseum. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me on that, but I'm open to, of course, doing other stuff besides just Hero Coliseum. Always open to deck suggestions, etc., etc. Before I get into the deck, though, let me go ahead and focus on that now. I just want you all to be aware that your lives matter, and that if you know a friend or a family member who is struggling, all I can really say is I think it would be in everyone's best interest to try to reach out to them or help them in some way, because every single person's life is precious. And I haven't been around, of course, for a few days, not just because of that, but because it's been really hard to do anything that I enjoy, including this. And it's going to be a bit difficult at first, but I've dealt with this kind of thing before, sadly. During my freshman year of high school, actually. One of my cousins from my mother's side sadly passed away when he was only 10 years old. But if any of you are grieving to the recent loss of a loved one, or if you're still grieving, just know that I'm there with you. And it may be difficult to try to do things to distract yourself from it, just to try to move on and focus on doing things that make you happy. It's not always going to be so easy for everyone. It's not easy for me either. It's a really sensitive subject, which is why I try to avoid it. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. And I also thank each and every one of the folks who have been sending me the I'm sorry's, hoping that I feel better, all that kind of stuff. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into the main reason why we're here. This is to show off the deck I put together. It's sort of and sort of not. It's just something I thought looked really cool and would also work really well with each figure on it. So for this deck, I figured, pardon the pun, that the majority of them here are already constantly gaining attack each turn. So there's really not a whole lot of need to put attack up A on them all. I did, however, put ADM up A on all of them. And I went with the HP version of Ultra Instinct Goku, the original variant, and put all the dupes into a speed. And I chose the HP one just to give the team some sort of backbone. And this is easily my favorite figure in the entire game still. Constantly gains plus 500 to attack and speed each turn. Repeatable. And then of course we have this variant of Blue Gogeta, which just hits unnaturally ridiculously hard. And of course I put ADM Lippe on every single one of them. And he's only got poses in the front, so I went ahead and put Speed F on him as well as UI Goku. And it's also really good to have UI Goku here because it shuts down ultimates, of course. And then I could have put Dragon Ball Super Trunks here, but I decided to go with Gogeta because I just think overall, he's a much better 01 figure and a figure in general. That's just my opinion, of course. And the amount of damage output in all the increased stats he's constantly gaining is just ridiculous. And plus, I also thought it looked really awesome to pair him up with Blue Gogeta, so I went with him instead of Dragon Ball Super Trunks with the blue hair. And then, of course, I have Videl to shut down enemies, defense, and speed values. So without any further ado, get into this free battle, show off the deck, see how it does. And I've actually already tested it quite a bit myself. I think it's really, really good. This is something that I sort of came up with. I wanted to make a deck that used both UI Goku as well as Blue Evolved Vegeta. And I wanted to throw some Gogeta in there too. And another figure just to benefit the deck even further. And I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. And just to play it safe, I think I'm going to do this first turn. Start building up Saiyan 4 Gogeta, as well as UI Goku. And really quick, I just want to apologize in advance before we continue on with this. If I sound upset or just disconnected or disinterested going forward in a few of my videos, there's your reason right there with what happened sadly with my cousin. And Super Mario World Advanced playthrough, I wanted to, get that next part out today, but it's really hard for me right now to go back to it. Because as a kid growing up, that was actually one of the very first games I was ever introduced to, and he was one of the few people who introduced it to me. I can only hope and pray that he's in a much better place, though. And I want to focus on, of course I'm going to mourn where appropriate, but I think it's safe to say that the main reason that you all come to the channel in the first place is to be entertained, so I don't really want to focus on the bad so much. I want to try to move forward. Just take it one day at a time, and it's really sad, and it sucks that he's gone, but there's really nothing that can be said or done to change that, and it sucks. It's gonna take some time, but I think I'm gonna be okay. And thankfully I haven't had enough time to breathe. I tried distracting myself a lot with watching Let's Plays, as well as doing some gaming, which I couldn't do any for very long. It's just been quite difficult. But you're now here to listen to me complain. I just want to get that out. And I apologize for all that in advance as well. And part of the reason why I started doing this channel is because I've been through a few tough times like that in the past. And watching people that I enjoy was actually a really good way of coping with it. Just some instant examples, of course. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with him, I'm surprised if they're not. Swoozie. Swoozie's pretty awesome. Let's see. Ingram's also really funny. Ampute's pretty decent as well. So I'm just very appreciative of the fact that that's something that they do to hopefully make everyone's lives a little bit easier. Or just to help them work through hard times. It's a good feeling, and I'm glad that I get to do that for a few people as well here, if at all. And sorry for rambling about that longer than I probably should have, but that was just pretty much just the idea of the video, just to give you an update, and also show off a little something I threw together, just for the heck of it. I will be doing this Super Mario World Advanced playthrough again soon. I might need a couple more days or so. So just give me time. And I appreciate all of you who have been sticking around. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Not just for that, but just in general. And just know that your lives matter. And if you see anyone struggling, of course, I think it would be great if you were just able to reach out to them, offer help, or just anything. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Please excuse me. Peace.